Hi, it's Thursday, August 6, 2026. This is Mobile Max in West Hollywood. This Saeed El-Saad, the guy who just got elected to represent the Democrats in the Michigan Senate race, won the Democratic nomination a few days ago. Progressive Democrat, far left, which we know quite well in Los Angeles, California, because Los Angeles and California in general are run by progressive, radical left Democrats. How do they operate? How do they get away with all this shit? Getting rid of white men out of universities and major positions, even private corporations are pressured into eliminating white men and associated people from private for-profit institutions. How do they get away with this shit? Defunding, destroying LAPD, Los Angeles County Sheriffs, throughout California. All investigative arms are defunded and destroyed. So criminals can run wild, and they shut down 5 prisons. How do they get away with this shit? Well, it's always the goddamn money. The money, the money, the money. Who are the richest people in California? Well, the new ones, the ones who are instigating all this change. Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley, the internet, microchips, programming. Silicon Valley. And I found another one today. The Irvine Company. Irvine. I don't know anything about Irvine. James Irvine. In the mid-19th century, he bought 110,000 acres in what we know to be Orange County for incredibly cheap price of 37 cents an acre. Eventually, he started growing crops there, but as the World War II ended, they needed family homes, single dwelling homes, and thousands of homes were built on the Irvine Company land. And they weren't helter-skelter. It was beautiful. They built planned communities with plenty of street lights and plenty of trees, and they had plenty of parks, and it was also well-planned. Great communities. To this day, Irvine is the best, safest city in America with like the lowest crime rate for any city over like 250,000. I think it's about, the population of Irvine now is like about 350,000. Completely planned, beautiful community. 1977, Jimmy Carter, Democrat, left-leaning Democrat, decides the James Irving Foundation. They transferred all of Irvine's holdings into a foundation called the James Irvine Foundation. In 77, the federal government decided that a foundation couldn't do that. It couldn't operate like a private business, collecting rents, building factories, whatever. But yeah, it's also got many industries and centers for learning. UC Irvine was one of the first major tenants in James Irvine's community. They've got Anduril there, and Broadcom, and Blizzard, who makes, video games. So they have a lot of modern new electronics, information technology type companies. And then you've got Silicon Valley, same thing. Big money, big money, big money, big money in development. And these people are liberals. And the James Irvine Foundation still exists to this day and is worth $3.6 billion. Let's look at what they donate their money to. The James Irvine Foundation gives grants exclusively to California nonprofits and organizations dedicated to economic and community advancement for low income workers. Rather than funding individual public charities directly through an open application process, they pre-select grantees aligned with specific initiatives, meaning ones that follow their super liberal, progressive perspective. What are some of the things they donate to the James Irvine Foundation, worth $3.6 billion? Better careers, programs building resilient, equitable workforce and apprenticeship systems, fair work, efforts supporting workers' rights and economic policies, just prosperity, multi-year strategies focused on long-term financial security for low-wage workers, priority communities, region-specific investments targeting Fresno, Merced, Stockton, Salinas, San Bernardino, Riverside, Bakersfield, and the Imperial Valley. They take care of the low-income wage earners. But what about them? What about Irving? Are they so inclusive with these low-income wage earners? Hell no! Hell no! What is the racial proportions in Irvine? 45% Asian, 39% white, and 16% other. Clearly, hard-working, middle-class people run Irvine and are in Irvine. Same thing with Silicon Valley. Same fucking thing. Their little paradise is protected. And I make you bet dollars to donuts that their police force wasn't touched. In fact, they probably got the best chief in the whole country to run their police force. Irvine has the lowest crime rate in all the countries, So clearly, these super left liberals, while making us endure the burden of their bullshit, but they take care of themselves. Oh, hell yes. The money doing all this changing and defunding police departments and getting rid of white men, they take care of themselves in their little paradise, in their little communities. That's how they operate. They want to get rid of all the legacy powers, get rid of the oil companies, chop the heads off of the big Hollywood producers who used to run Hollywood, and they got rid of, and use Hollywood as their platform for delivering propaganda and brainwashing. And it stinks. Lousy movies, lousy series. They are total amateurs when it comes to the movie business. Anyway, they've been successful. They've gotten rid of so many companies out of California with their heavy regulations and taxations. I wonder if their constituency, the far left industries, I wonder if they get the same tax rate and scrutiny with regulations. Hell no, I think. I'd be willing to bet dollars to donuts that their far left industries are well protected. Like the lawyers. All these suits in California, you come here with money, you better protect it, because some fucking shark attorney's gonna take it right out of your goddamn pocket. This is the sue capital of the world. Los Angeles, California, the Sioux capital. Any rate, it's also the fraud capital. But not for you, white man. Not for you. You got to obey the law. You break the law, you're going down for a long time. You better pay your taxes. You better obey the regulations, because you don't get cut no slack for you, white man. You get dick, white man. In California, that's how the goddamn left progressive liberals run things. Like a gangster organization. They protect them and their crew, and everybody else gets fucked. They're a bunch of grifters. Every crisis they try to make buck out of. Here's one new one. Remember in Boyle Heights just a few weeks ago, the big refrigeration plant burnt down? Well, they got a new program they want. $10 million. They want $10 million for this newest crisis. Oh man, these guys are unbelievable. They get the dumbest, most incompetent people to be like in the political power structure. Why? Because dumb people follow orders. Karen Bass follows orders. She does what she is told to do. She's not that bright, so she's not going to come up with any ideas on her own. That's a perfect example. Karen Bass. I'm sure she'd make a fantastic elementary teacher. I'm sure she's a very nice person. But she's not constituted to be mayor of the second largest city in Los Angeles, but it looks like it's either going to be her or this other woman who also is super liberal progressive. In Los Angeles, we got no choice. We either get the Keystone Cops or Karl Marx. I don't know, one of the two. Lucky us. Anyway, that's my whole point. It has been going on for a long time, I'm telling you. When I grew up in the valley, the San Fernando Valley, on the corners of Sepulveda and Roscoe Boulevard, there was the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. And I'm sure it had hundreds of jobs. Largest Anheuser-Busch at the time was the largest beer brewery in the nation. Anyway, gone. They turned it into an amusement park after the brewery closed down, and now they probably just had a development there. Residential commercial development probably took the land. Did you know that General Motors in the 60s had a Camaro assembly plant right in the middle of Van Nuys? Gone, along with thousands of other businesses. That's how these progressives run. That's how they roll. They get rid of the competition. They raise taxes and regulations and force the money, the industries, the manufacturing, the intellectual properties. They force them out, and if they can't force them out one way, they'll have a Me Too, and they'll disgrace them and promote it on their legacy media and take over that way by cutting the head off the body that you want to get rid of. And they did it. Remember our last video? 201 celebrities and well-known people who were erased by the Me Too movement. A lot of it happened in 2017. Anyway, this is their scheme. They're protected in their little conclaves of paradise, but us here, down in the lower Slobobia, we get fucked. We get defunded police. We get criminals running around everywhere. Every poor person and bum in the country and the world came to Los Angeles because these fools take care of them better than anywhere else on the planet. These fools have saddled us with incredible liabilities. We got millions of mouths to feed. Millions of mouths to feed. Millions of their children need schooling and health care. These radical liberals, these progressives, do just like Iran did during the Arab Spring. Remember that? The Arab Spring? Where the people spoke out. The people rose up and forced out the current power structure in the Middle East. Who took over? Iran's proxies took over. Hamas, Hezbollah. In Iraq, they have their militias. In Yemen, they have the Houthis. Their people took over using democracy as a vehicle to get rid of the old power and insert themselves. I'm sure it's one of the main principles of communist revolution. That was where the Encyclopedia of Revolution was born. 1917 in Russia. Then after that called the Soviet Union. The first most basic revolution in human history, communist revolution. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Bye.